Old historical photos you're never seen before. Old country schoolhouse in Alabama in 1935. A picture of a typical family and home of the Ozark Mountains, Franklin County, Arkansas in 1914. Young delivery boy in the 1920s. Woman with her Kodak camera taking a picture of the beautiful scenery in 1900. Cow shoes used by moonshiners during Prohibition in the 1920s. A kid with his self-made wooden bicycle in 1912. Farmer and family living in Tent, Missouri in 1940. A farm-to-farm medicine man around in 1900. A family getting ready to cruise in Cadillac Model A tonneau in 1903. An elegant Edwardian woman in 1906. 4 women playing golf in the early days in 1945. Children mailing letters to Santa in Virginia in the 1930s. A coal miner enjoys some leisure time with his family, West Virginia in 1938. King George VI bursting with excitement on a theme park ride in the 1930s. Abraham Lincoln in 1861. Massive organ pipe cactus, Baja California in 1895. Wife of a coal miner and 3 of their children in 1938. Las Vegas in 1947. McDonald's in the 1950s. Henry 10-year-old oyster shucker in 1912. A family living in London's slums in the 1900s. Beautiful portrait of a family, Gainesville, Florida in the 1900s. A fashionable young woman exiting a NYC streetcar in 1912. 2 ladies driving and riding in a Lawson's motor wheel of 1902. You are looking at a photograph of a lady that was most likely born at the end of the 1700s, taken in the 1840s. Ojibwe woman, Ponema, Minnesota, taken by Roland W. Reed in 1908. An early blockbuster in 1911. The Byrne family and their moving house in 1929. Off for a night out. No jeans and trainers back in the early 1950s. Portrait of the photographer Jessie Tarbox Beals posing with her camera on the streets of Manhattan in 1901. When people moved entire houses by horses late in 1800s. A Victorian couple posing in typical attire in 1880. A Victorian couple with their dapper dog in 1900. A very cold day in New York in 1937. A family in front of their shack home in Oklahoma City in 1939. A happy family taking home their book haul from the Cincinnati Library bookmobile in 1940. A woman with her possessions in the ruins of Cologne, Germany in 1945. The cyclomer, an amphibious bicycle introduced in Paris 1932. The Michelin Man in 1898. When teenagers had style in 1955. Construction of the Eiffel Tower from 1887 to 1890. Workers taking a break to read the paper in 1939. A photographer took a picture inside of the ferry in New York in 1895, when even ice skating was done in a suit 1937. A rural school noticed the teacher's expression in 1920s. Sailors at the cliff house that burned down in 1907. A young miner in West Virginia in 1908. Stylish people at the beach in 1905. This is how children went to school in 1904. A couple during the Second French Empire in 1865. Daily life in the 1860 streets of New York City in 1903. Gas prices in 1939. A family on their porch in Mississippi in 1939. A glamorous couple in the 1920s. Over 100 men and women stand with a fallen giant sequoia in California in 1917. 4 boys jamming in 1928. An ambulance in New York in 1895. A little boy getting examined by a doctor in 1940. Mirror selfie of a woman. Note the photo on the lower left, probably her husband in 1942. The first photograph of a lightning in September 1882. Native Americans from 1908. Taking the taxi in 1942, 1877. Stylish girls at the beach in Atlantic City in 1905. You could buy a car for $29 in Ohio in 1938. Father and son on a special bicycle in Copenhagen in 1910s. A teacher and her students standing in front of a sod schoolhouse in 1895. High school teenagers drive in Des Moines, Iowa in 1947. a journalist and his mule in 1871, a young lady preparing supper in 1909, the fashion in America in the 1920s, a family posing in their automobile Missouri in 1915, a lucky lady catches a ride with a gentleman during a snowy day in 1947, tenant farmer moving his household goods to a new farm, Hamilton County, Tennessee, in 1937. Two gentlemen and their absolutely delightful double walking stick wielding dog in 1890s. A worker carries a sack across a beam working on a 71-story skyscraper in New York City in 1930. A family out for a ride in the UK during the 1930s. This is how they used to paint the Golden Gate Bridge in 1947. A boy dressed up for the Easter Parade in Chicago in 1941. A gas station attendant knitting during slow moments in 1948. Newsgirl and newsboy in New York in 1896. Construction workers taking a break before the safety measures in 1931. Telephone repair wagon repairman in 1887. American pioneers from in 1886. According to our grandparents, this is how they went to school in 1907. A lamplighter from 1934. An early gas station with the owner, daughter, and dog in 1936.